welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm gluten-free and I'm 17 years old and I've been gluten-free for about 5 years now, but I've had gluten problems my whole life. In this video, I'm going to share with you my best gluten-free tips and tricks for living a gluten-free lifestyle. I've been gluten-free for a while now, as you know, and so I know the ropes of being gluten-free, and I wanted to share it with you. So whether you're a newly diagnosed celiac, or you have a gluten intolerance, or you're just trying to cut gluten out of your lifestyle for some reason, I hope this video is helpful to you. So, at the end and also throughout, I'm going to share some of my favorite gluten-free snacks and foods. So let's get to it. Also, if I look over to the side, it's because I have my computer and I'm going to share, I have notes on here. So let's get to it. Okay, starting with tip 1, read labels. This is important because I cannot tell you how many times I've been glutened by just looking at a sauce or something briefly and then eating it and then realizing, oh shoot, that has gluten. Also, gluten, it can be hidden in things like barley or malt barley. That's a fun one. I recently was gluten literally a few days ago because I ate some chocolate that I didn't realize used malt barley as flavoring, and that is a hidden source of gluten. You will need to make sure that there's no gluten or wheat or rye or barley or malt barley in anything that you're eating. Some snacks that are not gluten-free but have sneaky gluten are things like Pringles, Rice Krispie treats, Z-bars actually. Those are things to avoid. Let me show you. Okay, so here is a Rice Krispie treat, and if you look on the back, it just says contains milk and soy. It doesn't say contains wheat because it doesn't contain wheat. It also doesn't say gluten-free. So this is something you need to be careful with. You know where the hidden gluten is? It's in, let me find it, I'm so sorry. It's in the malt, barley, and the malt flavoring in here. So it's not directly wheat, but it is still gluten. Another thing to avoid is things like these Z-bars. Again, they don't explicitly say gluten-free, but they also don't list wheat as an ingredient. It just says may contain wheat. So these are not certified gluten-free. If you want an alternative to these, I highly suggest these Good and Gather ones. It's the exact same thing, like same calories, same nutrition, same everything, just without the wheat. And it is certified gluten-free. Highly recommend these. My next tip is to find gluten-free substitutes. So there's a lot of gluten-free substitutes for your favorite foods. The Costco frozen pizzas I've heard are really, really good. You can find gluten-free bread, pasta, pizza crust, rolls. Canyon Bakehouse makes amazing gluten-free dinner rolls that I love. And when in doubt, just make your own homemade stuff. I have tons of recipes on my channel, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss those. I've made gluten-free little bites, gluten-free cakes, gluten-free cupcakes, gluten-free donuts. I love to make homemade gluten-free sandwich bread. I use the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free wonderful bread, and then I just freeze it, and it turns out amazing every time. I also love I love Canyon Bakehouse bread, and I just put it in the freezer, and it lasts a while in there, so that's great. Pasta is another thing. I love Banza pasta. It tastes really, really good. It tastes better than rice flour pasta to me. They also have the Banza microwave mac and cheese. Kraft and Annie's also has gluten-free microwave mac and cheese. I have tried the Annie's one. I haven't tried the Kraft one. So if you have, let me know how that is. Barilla also makes really good gluten-free pasta. This is corn and rice flour, and my whole family loves it. But if you want more protein, Barilla also does the gluten-free chickpea pasta. So this is another good one. And then another pasta gluten-free substitute that I like is this Jovial. It's rice flour. It tastes pretty good, but I do prefer Bonza over it, but a lot of people love this. So yeah, find gluten-free substitutes. And when in doubt, go with natural foods because those natural foods that the earth has given us are usually gluten-free. Fresh fruits, veggies, my go-to snack. Absolutely love them. Frozen veggies, frozen fruits, those are really good. Meat, things like lunch meat, chicken, beef, ground beef, ground turkey, steak, things like that, with the exception of seasonings. Always check your seasonings, but meat is generally gluten-free. Eggs are like my go-to breakfast because they are naturally gluten-free. Nuts, peanut butter, those are great. Lettuce wraps are usually another safe gluten-free option. So yeah, just find gluten-free substitutes. Mission tortillas also make great gluten-free tortillas, so recommend that. My next tip is with eating out. So eating out can be really tricky when you're gluten-free. It's a good idea to call ahead to restaurants and ask about their gluten-free options, or at the very least, make sure to let the waiter or cook know that you are gluten-free and or have allergies so that they can take it seriously. Most restaurants are really nice and accommodating with that sort of thing, so I highly recommend just letting them know, hey, I'm gluten-free, so that they know which precautions to take. Also, make sure to ask about things like French fries and tortilla chips and dips, since those are not always gluten-free. Queso, salsa, sauces, those can have wheat as like a thickener, and not all tortilla chips, not all French fries are gluten-free, so make sure to ask about those. Traveling can also be challenging when you're gluten-free, so I like to pack backup food, snacks, and other things when I travel. I usually pack things like this microwave mac and cheese, microwave rice, produce, lunch meats, things like meat sticks. These are great. They're like an Uncrustable but gluten-free and they taste amazing and they're super filling. Gluten-free cereal, granola bars, things like that. Fruit, nuts, you know, backup food. As you travel, I put it in my backpack, put it in my suitcase, especially if it's non-perishable. You can also, if needed, get like a doctor's note sort of thing to let airlines and TSA know that you're gluten-free and to allow you to take allergy-friendly food through if that's absolutely necessary. Navigating traveling is hard, but make sure that before you go, you look at gluten-free restaurants in the area, gluten-free maybe hotel options. I usually like to make sure that there's a microwave and a mini fridge in hotel rooms. That way I can cook my gluten-free backup food if needed. Parties are a whole other thing to navigate. They're sometimes tough because you can't always be sure what's gluten-free, especially if it's homemade food. I usually like to stick to what I know is gluten-free, things with an ingredient label, fruits, veggies, nuts, that sort of thing. But you can and should always ask the host. Be polite. I know it's a little awkward, but you can just simply say, hey, I'm gluten-free. I just want to make sure there's no wheat or anything in this dish. And usually they'll be cool about it. When in doubt, remember you can always bring backup food. At birthday parties, when I was younger, my parents would usually bring me a gluten-free treat, like a cookie or something to eat while everyone else was having cake. At Thanksgiving, I usually bring my own gluten-free dinner rolls and sides because you never know. The most important thing at the end of the day that what always matters is to do what you can to make sure that you have food. That's what matters. School can be another really tough one to navigate. There are snacks and little parties and stuff in class. Friends offer snacks, teachers hand out candy, school lunch, etc., and it can be difficult. Remember, you can always say no. Even though it can be weird and it can feel rude, you can and should say, sorry, I can't have that snack or candy or food or whatever because I'm gluten-free. Make sure to pack gluten-free lunches for school. I know for me it can be hard to find good things to keep me full for lunch, which is especially important as an athlete, but I like to do turkey lunch meat. Chips and guacamole, gluten-free crackers and guacamole. These crackers, I highly recommend. I got them at Sam's Club. I put guacamole on them. So good, so filling. Um, I like to do salad, fruits, veggies, cheese sticks, gluten-free pasta salad with the bonza pasta. I have a lot of gluten-free lunchbox ideas on my channel, so you can find it all there, and you should. I also like to keep a lot of gluten-free snacks in my locker just in case of some snack emergencies. Let me show you my favorite gluten-free snacks. So again, I love these Good and Gather granola bars from Target. They're amazing. I also love Made Good bars. They have a lot of flavors. I love them so much. They also have the Made Good mornings, which these are just like a soft baked granola bar. I love them. Super tasty and gluten free. Made Good also makes these Star Puffed crackers, which is like a gluten free, like the closest thing I've gotten to a goldfish, which is super, super tasty. These Snyder's pretzel rods are really good. The regular like pretzel shape is also pretty good, but these are better because they're a little less hard, a little less crunchy. Again, I love Bobo's. I love the Oat Bites. I love the PB&Js. Super quick and tasty and healthy and gluten-free. I just recently found these Larabar Kids, and I personally don't like the regular Larabars, but the kids ones are really good. This is the chocolate chip cookie one, but I also really like the chocolate brownie. It tastes super good, and my family tells me it tastes just like a Chick-fil-A brownie. So, and another few of my favorite gluten-free snacks are these Partake. I really love these vanilla wafers and the graham crackers. They're super tasty. And then my friend actually introduced this to me, but Goody Girl. They have really good gluten-free cookies. I love the s'mores one. I love the birthday cake one. I love this fudge striped one. It's like the little elf guy, like the Keebler, you know. They also have gluten-free Thin Mints, which are super tasty. So yeah, make sure that you load up on gluten-free snacks and keep them in your backpack, your locker, your cubby, whatever, just in case of those snack emergencies. If you have a culinary class in school, talk to the teacher or your counselor or a school nurse or something to see what you can do. For me, in middle school, I was put in like a home ec class, and I told my teacher that I'm gluten-free, and the school took me out of that class and put me in something else. My next tip is to find a support group. Talking to other people who are gluten-free can be really helpful. I have gluten-free friends, and it's really nice to talk to them and share snacks and recipes. This is another thing that my channel is great for, since there are so many people here in this community that I've built that are gluten-free and that are in the same boat. So comment, subscribe, share your tips, your stories, and others will appreciate it, including myself. Another tip is meal prep. Meal prep is great when you're gluten-free. Sometimes my family, you know, they don't eat every meal gluten-free, obviously, and they shouldn't. And sometimes they go out, sometimes they quickly get fast food on the way home, and I don't eat that because I can't. So I like to have things in the freezer, meal prepped, that I can just grab and go quickly, and it works out great. I have tons of recipes on my channel that you can find. I will link stuff in the corner above, and I have crockpot recipes that I'll link. I have, again, my Bob's Red Mill bread thing. I've made gluten-free like muffins. I like to keep those in the fridge and just snack on them. So meal prep is really helpful, especially in those moments when you need something quick, single serve, easy to do. Comment below if you want me to make a couple videos of quick single serve gluten-free meal prep recipes, and I definitely can. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're not sure about something, ask your doctor or a registered dietitian or a nutritionist. Being gluten-free is really hard, especially getting enough nutrients, and a professional can definitely help you. On that note, a lot of gluten-free people don't absorb vitamins and nutrients properly, and my doctor recommended supplements and extra vitamins. For me, that was calcium and vitamin D because I have bone density problems, because my body just doesn't absorb stuff because my gut is damaged from gluten. Talk to your doctor if you think that might be a problem for you, and invest in good supplements because they can be a really helpful way to get all the nutrients that you need. I hope these tips help you if you're new to being gluten-free. Remember, you're not in this alone. It's important to be patient and find what works for you. I've been going at this for 5+ years and I'm still learning how to be gluten-free, so you're not alone. There are a lot of great resources available to help you on your gluten-free journey, and my channel is one of them. I hope that you can find some comfort and recipes and tips that are helpful on my channel. If you did, I hope you found these tips helpful too. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more gluten-free goodness. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I have a lot of recipes coming up. Subscribe so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching.